Hi, and welcome back to another episode of India Roundup. My name is Paloma Quadras with the top business news making headlines. This week, we are introducing two formats for the news, so please watch till the end and share your feedback in the comment section below. World Bank sees higher GDP fall in India than 3.2% it projected for the financial year 2021. The World Bank, in its report on India Development Update 2020, warned that credit risks could play out as firms and households find it more difficult to service interest and repayment obligations. It called for full privatization of some public sector banks and private capital injection in others. The bank said in their revised projections, which will be available in October 2020, that they will likely project a steeper contraction in the economy. It added that by then, new information would have been incorporated, especially given the rising infections resulting in several state and district lockdowns. The present crisis can open new opportunities for India, it said, adding that one expected impact of the crisis was that MNCs will seek greater diversification of activity away from China. Whether India can seize this opportunity or not depends on its capacity to implement economic reforms, which may not include the use of tariffs as a recommended policy. On the contrary, trade policy must be an enabler, the multilateral agency prescribed. Banks may restructure 8.4 trillion rupee loans as the economy sputters according to India rating. Almost 60% credit is already susceptible to slip into non-performing asset category after lockdowns to contain the coronavirus devastated the economy in absence of the restructuring. The central bank's recast norms would provide banks with an opportunity to keep viable accounts as standard in their books. This is because a large portion of assets that would have slipped into the gross non-performing assets pool will now be restructured by banks. However, the successful resolution of these accounts will depend on the revival of the economy, the prudent filters used for identifying assets for restructuring, critical assets assessment, and tight monitoring. A high proportion of the debt from the real estate, airlines, hotels, and other consumer flexible sectors is likely to be restructured. The largest contribution would be from infrastructure, power, and construction, India ratings added. Despite the slump, export to China jumps 31% to $7.29 billion in April to July. The data shows that during calendar year 2020, there was an increase of 23.15% in exports to China in January compared to the same month last year. However, the following 3 months, February, March, and April, saw a dip in the exports over the corresponding months last year. This period of slump was followed by a sharp jump in exports during May, June, and July. While there is no specific reason given for the jump in Indian exports to China during April to July 2020, it can be due to old pre-contracted orders being shipped once port operations resumed after the COVID-19 lockdown. Annually, the share of exports to China has been rising very slowly, but this year it has gone up sharply. In the last financial year, China was the third largest importer of Indian goods, with the United States of America being the largest importer and the UAE as second.
Welcome to Bengal, the sweetest part of India.
National Company Law Tribunal agrees to SBI's bankruptcy case against Anil Ambani. The ruling is the most high-profile insolvency case against a founder who pledged to pay loans on behalf of their companies. A quasi-court has agreed to hear a petition by SBI, the nation's largest lender, seeking to initiate personal bankruptcy against tycoon Anil Ambani, former billionaire, after he failed to repay debt. According to the court's website, SBI claims that Ambani offered about $160 million of personal guarantees while seeking loans in 2016 for his now insolvent Reliance Communications Limited and Reliance Infratel Limited. This ruling can set a precedent for future lawsuits. Ambani is taking advice on challenging the verdict in an appellate court, his spokesperson had said. As for the rules, if the Mumbai court admits Ambani into the bankruptcy process, a list of all claims against him will be complied and a repayment plan will be worked out. Google launches Cormo app in India to help people find entry-level jobs. Google today said it is rebranding the job spot on Google Pay as Cormo Jobs in India. In addition to helping users identify open calls for entry-level job roles, the Cormo Job app is also designed to help them learn new skills and easily create a CV. Google's push into this category stands to hurt LinkedIn, which does not have a strong presence in the emerging markets. In India, for example, LinkedIn has about 24 million monthly active users on Android. Google reaches about 400 million users in India. Regardless, any app that can help people find jobs of any kind would come in handy to Indians, as the nation reports record high unemployment figures at the height of a global pandemic. IPL 2020 Dream 11 wins title sponsorship rights. IPL Commissioner Brijesh Patel confirmed to Business Standard that Dream 11's bid was more than the offers made by the other two contenders, Unacademy and Byju's, which has set aside 171 crore rupees and 201 crore rupees respectively for the title sponsorship. The gaming app's Dream 11 emerged the winner with a bid of 222 crore rupees. It was unclear whether the fantasy sports platform would now give up its existing association with IPL. The Board of Control for Cricket in India, which owns and runs the IPL, will soon take a call on the matter, it is learned. Dream 11 is likely to start its marketing activities around the IPL in the next 15 to 20 days as it seeks to amplify its title sponsorship media industry, experts have said. The IPL kicks off in the United Arab Emirates next month. While the gaming app had about 50 million subscribers last year, the number has now doubled, sector experts said. People's Bank of China buys into ICICI Bank amid Boycott China movement. The Chinese bank signed a cheque of 15 crore rupees in the private bank under the qualified institutional placement. Yes Bank to exit mutual fund business inks agreement for sale of subsidiaries. The bank on August 21, 2020 executed a definitive agreement for the sale of 100% of the equity shareholding of Yes Asset Management India Ltd and Yes Trustee Ltd, both wholly owned subsidiaries of Yes Bank, to GPL Finance and Investments Limited, it said in a regulatory filing. Apple to Samsung, about 24 companies to invest big in India as part of manufacturing shift from China. Several big names, namely iPhone, Apple, Samsung, Foxconn, Wistron Corporation, Pegatron Corporation, among others, have shown interest in investing more in India. The companies have pledged to invest $1.5 billion to set up mobile phone manufacturing units in India after an incentive-based scheme. Amazon Pay launches a digital gold investment service. Users can buy for as little as 5 rupees. The Amazon Pay users will have the flexibility to keep gold in a digital locker and buy or sell the precious metal without having to rent a locker. Google eyes India's share chat as Microsoft goes after TikTok in the United States. India's homegrown social network ShareChat is looking for its next round of investment, and Google may reportedly shell out 150 to 200 million US. Blackstone and Brookfield plan investment trusts in India strengthen assets. While Brookfield's maiden public issue could materialize by the end of 2020, Blackstone's joint ventures could hit the market in 2021. Brookfield is likely to file its draft red herring prospectus for its maiden real estate investment trust in 3 months. It plans to raise $700 million according to sources. That's all for me today. Thanks for joining in. Do like and subscribe to our channel. Till we meet again, stay safe and take care.